Hello everyone, this is Aman Soni and welcome to M12. Okay, so in today's video we are going to discuss about the cross validation, and we are going to be having a healthy discussion over the five different kind of cross validation techniques. Okay, so this is a complete machine learning course with a practical implementation, and those who haven't subscribed yet, please do it. Okay, let's get started. So what is cross validation? So the cross validation in simple terms is nothing but a technique used to assess how well our model is performing on the unseen data, right? So you remember na ki when we used to classify our data into two different parts. First one was for the training purpose and second one was for the testing purpose, right? So testing data का काम क्या था? So testing data was used for nothing but it was nothing but the unseen data, right? For our model. हमारा मॉडल ट्रेन हुआ है ट्रेनिंग डेटा पे. Then we are giving a data to see how well it is performing on the unseen data. So that's nothing but the cross validation itself, right? So that technique is called the cross validation. It is a kind of cross validation actually. Okay, so there are different kind of cross validation techniques. Like there are five techniques for cross validation, and one of them is the train test split. Okay, so we'll see each one of them one by one. So let me take an example of a data set. Okay, so there are 1,000 rows. Okay, and the data is split into two different parts. First one is for the training and second one is the testing. Okay, so 70% of the total data is for the training and the 30% is for the testing. Okay, तो हमको ये चीज पता है कि जब ये ट्रेन टेस्ट स्प्लिट हम फंक्शन यूज करेंगे देन दिस 70% डाटा इज गोइंग टू बी द रैंडम वन, राइट? तो ये कोई भी 70% डेटा हो सकता है. तो लेकिन व्हेन वी आर गोइंग टू रन दिस एल्गोरिथम अगेन एंड अगेन, ओके, सो ये अलग अलग रैंडम डाटा लेगा, राइट? तो किसी 70% डाटा के ऊपर ये हमको टेस्टिंग एक्यूरेसी दे रहा है 91%. ओके, लेकिन ये किसी और रैंडम सेट ऑफ वैल्यूज के लिए ये हमको एक्यूरेसी दे रहा है 94%, राइट? तो so let's suppose if I'm a stakeholder, okay, so I'll be asking you what is the accuracy of our model. Okay, so what you are going to tell me, this 91% or this 94%? Okay, and you also don't know कि ये कौन सी random state है. तो there might be possibility कि there is a accuracy of 88% in certain set of configuration, right? तो ये एक प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? तो इसको सॉल्व करने के लिए देयर इज अ पैरामीटर कॉल्ड रैंडम स्टेट इन ट्रेन टेस्ट स्प्लिट. ओके, सो रैंडम स्टेट क्या करता है? हमारा रैंडम स्टेट डिफरेंट कॉन्फ़िगरेशन को सेलेक्ट करता है. ओके, सो व्हेन यू आर गिविंग द रैंडम स्टेट ऑफ 10, it is having some certain set of configuration for the training and testing split. Okay, when you are giving the random state of 100, or you can say the 1,000 or whatever you want to. Okay, so it can be any natural number like 50 or the 55. It is going to select the random the configuration of the training and testing split. Okay, let me demonstrate it for you with an help of example. Okay, so let's suppose there is a random state 0 is selected. Okay, in train test split we have given a parameter which is having a random state of 0. Okay, so there is a certain set of testing data. Okay, so let's suppose this is the testing data and it is having an accuracy of some certain value. Let's suppose it is x. Okay, then after that we are giving the we are changing the parameter. Okay, we are selecting the random state to 23. Okay, so this will select some certain different set of values for the testing data. Okay, so what is going to be our accuracy? We don't know. Okay, so it is going to be increased by some certain value or decreased by some certain value. Okay, we don't know that. बट या आई नो दिस कि एक्यूरेसी इज गोइंग टू चेंज बिकॉज हमारा डेटा टेस्टिंग के लिए दोनों सेट में अलग अलग है. ओके, तो ऑफ कोर्स सीधी सी बात है कि हमारा ट्रेनिंग के लिए भी अलग अलग ही डेटा होगा, राइट? देन आफ्टर दैट हमारे मॉडल की डोंट यू थिंक दैट कि देयर आर टू एक्यूरेसी इन जस्ट चेंजिंग द टू डिफरेंट रैंडम स्टेट. First one we are having an accuracy of x and second one we are having an accuracy of y. But there is a problem. When stakeholder is going to ask you what is the accuracy of our model, what you are going to say? It is showing X on certain training and testing data and Y on some certain training and testing data. You can't say that. It is not a good practice, right? So to deal with this kind of issue, there comes the concept of cross validation. Okay. So what is cross validation? Cross validation is nothing but a technique used to assess how well our model is performing on unseen data. And so to deal with this kind of issue, the accuracy one and accuracy two, which one to select, uh, we have some different techniques of cross validation. Okay, so there are 5 different ways of cross validating a data set. Okay, so we are going to cover them one by one. The first one is LOOCV. What is LOOCV? Okay, so leave one out CV. CV is nothing but the cross validation. Okay, so there is a data set, the previous data set, okay, जो हमने पहले लिया था जिसके अंदर 1000 रोज थी एंड उसके बाद हम ट्रेन टेस्ट स्प्लिट कर रहे थे, राइट? सो rather than doing the train test split in this kind of cross validation, what we do is हम पूरे के पूरा डाटा सेट ट्रेनिंग पर्पज के लिए यूज कर लेते हैं, ओके, एंड वील यूज ओनली अ सिंगल वैल्यू फॉर द टेस्टिंग पर्पज, ओके. So ये है हमारी पहली iteration. Okay. Then after that, in the second iteration, what we are going to do is we are going to select some different value for the testing purpose, and the rest of the data is used for the training purpose. Okay. So what it is going to do? Like this is our whole data set. पहले हमारी ये वाली वैल्यू ये टेस्टिंग के पर्पज से लेगा, देन आफ्टर दैट ये वाली वैल्यू लेगा, देन आफ्टर दैट ये वाली वैल्यू लेगा. सो डोंट यू थिंक देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम कि ये बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम लेगा? लाइक इट विल गो, जितनी भी हमारी रोज हैं उतनी ही आइट्रेशन कवर करेगा, राइट? लाइक पहले पे हमने पहला टेस्ट डाटा सेट लिया, ओके, सो लेट सपोज ये 0th इंडेक्स पे था और द लास्ट वन ये 999 इंडेक्स पे है, ओके. सो कितनी आइट्रेशन होगी? 1000 आइट्रेशन, ओके. सो दिस इज एन इशू, राइट? We will have to use so much computation power in order to use this kind of cross validation, right? And also it won't perform good on the new data, okay. For the testing purpose, when we are going to use some external data, or you can say when we are going to deploy this model, there will be some certain data on which you will be testing it, right? So it won't provide you the accurate result, right? Accuracy is going to be very low, okay. So it leads to low biasness. Yeah. Don't worry. In today's scenario, in today's world, no one uses this. It is very old. Then after that comes the k-fold cross validation. Okay. So what we have done till now, first one was the train test split, and second one was the LOOCV, right? So train test split के अंदर when we used to change the random state, our testing and training data was changing, and from that implies different accuracy we were getting from a single model, right? So to deal with that kind of issue, there comes the concept of k-fold cross validation. Okay, so in order to change the random state again and again, k-fold cross validation is used. Okay, so k-fold cross validation हमारा क्या काम करता है? Like let's suppose there are some values for testing data. Okay, in the second case there are some different values for testing data. Okay, तो हमने लेट सपोज के फोल्ड के अंदर हमने एन स्प्लिट्स की वैल्यू दी है, लेट सपोज 5. ओके, सो इट इज गोइंग टू चेंज द रैंडम स्टेट 5 times. Okay, in a single algorithm it is going to change the random state 5 times. Okay, then after that what it is going to give, let's suppose in the first random state the accuracy was something like x1. Okay, in the second state the accuracy was x2. In the fifth state the accuracy was x5. Okay, so again there comes an issue कि what is the accuracy, right? x1 हमारी accuracy है या फिर x5 हमारी accuracy है. Okay, So when you are going to tell anyone, like when you are addressing to the stakeholder, you are going to tell him the minimum accuracy I am getting from this model is the x2, and the maximum accuracy I'm going to get from this model is like x5. Okay, so this is the best practice to use. Okay, and the mean, you can always calculate the mean. The mean is going to be the accuracy. Okay, you can select whichever central tendency you want. Like I have selected mean, you can select the median of these values. Okay, so the median of x1 to x5 is going to be the accuracy, whatever you want. Okay, so the general practice or the good practice is the mean. Okay, so you calculate the mean and that is going to be the accuracy. And whenever you are addressing this model, you should always tell the minimum accuracy you are getting from this model is like the x2, and the maximum accuracy you are going from this model is x5. Okay, so what is the disadvantage of this kind of क्रॉस वैलिडेशन? व्हाट इज द डिसएडवांटेज? लेट सपोज हम वही वाला डेटा सेट लेते हैं. लेट सपोज इट्स अ बाइनरी क्लासिफिकेशन. ओके, सो यू हैव टू प्रिडिक्ट इट इज ईदर ऑफ क्लास ए एंड क्लास बी. ओके, सो दोनों में से कुछ ना कुछ एक होना चाहिए, राइट? तो ए का हमारा अगर रैंडम स्टेट कुछ भी हम सेलेक्ट करते हैं या फिर कोई भी ये रैंडम स्टेट अपने आप सेलेक्ट करता है, तो लेट सपोज इसके अंदर हमारे ए के अंदर तो डाटा चला गया 50, राइट? टेस्टिंग डाटा और सॉरी ट्रेनिंग डाटा के अंदर 50 सेलेक्ट हो गया, लेकिन बी के अंदर ओनली 5 वैल्यूज सेलेक्ट हुई. ओके, सो दैट्स एन इशू, राइट? जब हमारा मॉडल ट्रेन ही 50 ए के ऊपर हो रहा है और 5 बी के ऊपर हो रहा है, तो हाउ कैन इट गिव अ गुड रिजल्ट ऑन बी और ऑन ए एज वेल, राइट? तो इट विल ऑलवेज बी बायस्ड, राइट? तो हमारा ट्रेनिंग सेट के अंदर ए और बी मस्ट बी इन द इक्वल प्रोपोर्शन, राइट? तो टाइप ए अगर हमारा 50 है और टाइप बी हमारा 5 है, तो इट इज नॉट गुड प्रैक्टिस, राइट? So to deal with this kind of issue, there comes a technique called stratified CV, stratified cross validation. Okay, so stratified cross validation के अंदर क्या होगा? It will have a good proportion of both the class of type A and type B, right? So our model is going to give the good accuracy and on the new data, and it won't be biased, right? So we have seen that. When we will be needing the training set for the 50 values, it is going to select an equal proportion, or you can say similar proportion for the A and for the B as well. So A is going to be 24, or you can say 25 or 23, and B is also going to stay 25, 26, or you can say 24, right? So it is going to be in a similar proportion. Everything is perfect now, right? But don't you think when we will be training our data for the time series? What is time series? Time series is nothing but when there is a one column which is having time or the date. Let's suppose हमको किसी भी स्टॉक का फ्यूचर वैल्यू प्रिडिक्ट करनी है. ओके, सो these are the time intervals, right? या फिर let's suppose we have to predict the sales of a company. Okay, so ये हमारा time period होगा, right? We have to predict at this point what is going to be the sale at this particular interval of time, what is going to be the sale, right? तो इसके अंदर हम ट्रेनिंग डाटा कोई भी रैंडम वैल्यू तो ले नहीं सकते, राइट? ट्रेनिंग तो चलो हमने ले लिया रैंडम वैल्यू, ओके, कोई बात नहीं. फॉर द टेस्टिंग पर्पज हम कोई भी रैंडम वैल्यू नहीं ले सकते, और जो हम ट्रेनिंग और टेस्टिंग का स्प्लिट करेंगे, तो टेस्टिंग वैल्यूज हमारी ट्रेनिंग वैल्यूज के अंदर नहीं होगी, तो ट्रेनिंग वैल्यू हमारी टेस्टिंग वैल्यू में नहीं होगी, ऑफ कोर्स. सो दिस इज एन इशू, राइट? सो लेट सपोज ये हमारा गिवन डेटा, राइट? डे 1, डे 2, डे 3, डे 4 एंड डे 5. ओके, एंड वी हैव टू प्रिडिक्ट डे 6 और डे 7 का डेटा क्या होगा, राइट? सो अगर हम पिछला क्रॉस वैलिडेशन यूज करें या ट्रेन टेस्ट स्प्लिट यूज करें, राइट, तो उसके अंदर क्या होता है? हमने लेट सपोज इतना तो हमने ले लिया ट्रेनिंग के लिए और इतना ले लिया हमने टेस्टिंग के लिए. जब हमारे मॉडल के पास ये वाला डेटा है ही नहीं टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग, तो हाउ इट इज गोइंग टू प्रिडिक्ट द वैल्यू फॉर द डे 6 and day 7 accurately, right? So this is an issue, right? So to deal with this kind of issue in the time series cross validation, what we do is, let's suppose day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 and 7 we have to predict, right? So for the first iteration, what we are going to take is from 1 to 5, or you can say from 1 to 4 is the training data. Okay, and 5 is our testing data. Then after that, अगर हमने 4 का ही ग्रुप लिया है, then after that 2, 3, 4 and 5 is going to be our what? Training data. Okay, and the sixth one is going to be our testing data, or the data you have to predict, right? So it is the given data and we'll be predicting this one, right? Then after that, uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is going to be the data which is the training data, and after that the seventh one is going to be either the training data or the prediction, right? So what is going to do, पहले ये वाला सेट लिया, देन आफ्टर दैट ये वाला सेट लिया, देन आफ्टर दैट ये वाला सेट लिया, देन आफ्टर दैट ये वाला सेट लिया, एंड इट इज प्रिडिक्टिंग द फ्यूचर वैल्यू विच इज कमिंग आफ्टर दैट, राइट? 7 के बाद अब 8 को प्रिडिक्ट करना है, तो वट इट इज गोइंग टू टेक 4, 5, 6 and 7 as a training data, and it is going to predict the value on the 8th day. Okay, so this is what time series cross validation looks like. Okay, so this is the time series cross validation. Okay, so we have covered all the cross validation technique. First one was the train test split, second one was the k-fold, the third one was LOOCV. Okay, so fourth one was stratified k-fold, and the fifth one was the uh, time series cross validation. Okay, so this was all about the today's lecture. Okay, see you in the next lecture, and I hope you guys are taking notes so that you don't have to repeat my videos again and again. Happy learning, and see you in the next video. And yeah, next video is going to be the practical implementation of this cross validation, all the cross validation techniques. Okay, so we are going to cover each one of them one by one, and it is going to be the best video on the cross validation techniques. Okay, so see you there.